Sunny days feel so nice. Golden flowing like a touch of ice. You can.
Hey everyone, it's Torcaso. It's the second decade of the millennia. 20 years into the 1,000-year journey. Friends, it's the second decade, or they like to say a new decade. And Torcaso, meaning myself, sometimes I'm like the character Ralph Crandom, played by Jackie Gleason. Sometimes I got a big mouth. And sometimes people think that I got checks that I can't cash. But let me tell you something, America. Pittsburgh, PA, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and in fact, the universe. Albert ain't playing anymore. I'm not taking any prisoners. I love you. But as I said to Annette when she got on my last nerve, I said, honey, I love you. But if you ain't on the train, get off my track. Because I will ethically, legally, peacefully, financially, and morally run you through. And I love it. But if you ain't in the train, you better get off the track. Now, that being said, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes with that. But let me explain something to the doubters and the haters. You might as well get on some blades and become skaters, because I am back and on the attack. And you better watch out, Gio and Jack, because you just don't know, but I'm not going to play. So with all that, what am I saying? Well, I've been telling you for now a wee bit of days and nights and years that I'm going to get on the big time. But it didn't happen. So I got my haters out there. I love you anyway. But let me explain something up here. This is our third interview with wonderful people outside of the Pittsburgh area. And this is just the beginning. Now, why should you care? Now, I don't make promises that I can't keep. I don't write checks that I can't cash. Here's what I'm going to tell you to look forward to. To tune in on and offline. Albert means what it says what it means. And by the way, no, Albert ain't going to wear this hat on his head all day and night. It's time for the reveal. It's a new millennium. It's a new year. And I lost all my hair. Now I got to cut. How you doing, America? How you doing? I got myself a little shave. But I still want to go around, we'll work for hair. I'm going to give me a little sign, and it's going to say, we'll work for hair. I need me some hair. I got a follicle challenge here. And I go to the doctor, and they just do nothing but lie. They're talking about male pattern baldness is in the genes. Yeah, when I go to the store, I buy a new pair of jeans. It don't work. I'm still bald. Hey, forget about it. But then down to the business at hand. Tonight is a special night. Tonight we have three gentlemen that mean a whole lot to me and Annette. We have coming to you live from the great state of Oklahoma, the one and the only Biggest RayRay. That's right, Biggest RayRay. And RayRay is a man of compassion, love, and quite frankly, I don't know if RayRay's ready for this one, but he is a lifesaver. No, not the candy. No, he really is a lifesaver. He is a man who, when I've been in the dark days of depression, I would look at his YouTube page and I would cheer up. Or if I seen something that was going on in his life, man, Ray is a brother. I love Ray spiritually, and I'm so glad to have a call and an interview with him. And I tell you what, if you if you want to be entertained, if you want to be inspired, you need to go to YouTube and check out his channel, Biggest RayRay. And if I got it wrong, Ray's going to let me know. So if I made a blooper, just don't hit me in the stupor. But at any rate, now we got to go to my main man here on my right, your left, Mr. Attila Li. A man who, quite frankly, I am so glad to see and meet in person. A man who, quite frankly, we are going to talk about something. We need massive prayers from everybody around the globe because this young man, Attila, is battling an evil, evil, evil disease. And it is the big C. And I want this young man to be with us for the next 30 to 40, 50 years. Attila is a man of courage. He's a pioneer. He actually worked with St. Jude, and I'll let him speak about that. But I'm honored to see this young man. God bless you, man.
No, thank you.
I am so glad you made it.
It's a pleasure.
And that was my so-called introduction, but we gotta do this right. This young man happened to share with me about how much he weighs. So without further ado, I gotta do the El Torcaso introduction. Weighing 136 pounds, currently residing in Pittsburgh, PA. It's Attila. He's the thriller in Pittsburgh and not Manila. The one, the only, Attila the Thriller Li. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right. Now, let's give Annette the honor of introducing this man. The one and the only. Your turn. You're up. Introduce this young man. I'm not responsible for anything he said. No, I'm just kidding.
Owen.
You don't know the man's name? Oh, she made a blooper, Ray. She made a blooper. Okay, go ahead.
Let me introduce to you our second guest tonight.
Yes, he's a co-host.
Oh,
That's all right, you're
well,
big.
guest and co-host. The one and only Kirk Owen.
All right.
Hello.
So now, everybody, we have the young man on the line, Lord willing. So let's go ahead and have Attila ask Biggest RayRay any question that he could come up with. We're going to have him go first, and we're going to pass it. Attila will pass it to Kirk. Then Kirk's going to pass the next question to Annette, and then Albert's going to come up last. So Kirk, you got a question? Anything you can come up with.
Well,
I'm serious, Attila, I meant to say.
yeah,
I'm drunk. Attila, I'm drunk and I don't even drink alcohol. Hey, we're good about it.
Well, anyway, I got this
the
one question I want to ask
Okay.
about that chip. Now, the extreme about the chip, how extreme is it? Do you buy it at the store, a regular store, or if so, how extreme is it? What level of this kind of chip that this been attempt by you?
The
or
challenge that he
the
took.
challenge that you took, because I've seen other challenges in the past that looks pretty gruesome, looks pretty challenging, and I don't think I would do that myself. As humble as I am as a martial artist, I would never even deal with that internally for myself. But as far as the chip, how extreme is it, and how did you feel when you did try this chip? How severe or how challenging was it for you? Is this the biggest challenge you ever faced in your lifetime as far as this attempt?
I'm one of those guys that likes to do a lot of crazy things. I don't jump out of airplanes or anything like that, but
Not yet.
the Pocky's one chip challenge, as far as heat, is among the hottest things I've ever tasted. It's made with the Carolina Reaper pepper, currently the hottest pepper in the world, about 2 million Scovilles. So I did the challenge with my wife and my adopted little brother, Jose, who I shoot a lot of videos with. And it was tough. The flavor was terrible. but we all got through it, and we all suffered on the back end a little bit, as as food goes its course. But we survived, and led us behind us a good, team building exercise, if you will, and made for an entertaining video for you guys to watch.
And have you ever, what was the result of it as far as medically? Have you gone to the emergency room, or you just took something over the counter as far as resolving this kind of challenge that you did?
No, there was definitely no trips to the emergency room. Okay. I did go to a convenience store and get a bottle of Sprite and some antacids for Jose.
Wow.
And I took some of those myself, I'll be honest. Some saltine crackers. That was all about it. Took maybe 2 or 3 hours to let it, do its thing, and we were all good to go after that.
Okay, so let the nature take its course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And it did. It wasn't your fault. Okay.
I'm going to pass this to Kirk here, and he has a question for you also.
And then we have a call.
was this a chip challenge for like a charity event, or was this just like, okay, I dare you, I double dog dare you, that type of a thing, you know what I mean? Like, or was this just like for a charity, like the ice bucket challenge or any other challenges that we've kind of seen?
Oh, gotcha. So, one of my YouTube channel, I do a lot of charity work. I run a charity in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I do a lot of other random, charities and whatnot. This was just a fun exercise of being silly, if you will. My wife and I both grow a lot of hot peppers in our home garden. It's no secret that we like really hot, spicy food. And Jose actually did the challenge 2 years ago. And he's like, dude, you need to do it this time. And so we did.
And just
so it wasn't for anything other than, hey, guys, let's just do this.
Another question on the pepper. Have you ever had a ghost pepper?
I have not tried to eat just a ghost chili on its own.
Oh, okay.
That's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we do have a call. So Ray, unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to hear this call, but if there's a question for you, I'll relay it to you when we're able to get back to you. But we're going to get this caller. So caller, you're on the air on Humanity Matters Live. Okay, we're going to go back to Ray. So you there, Ray? Hello, is Ray back? Uh-oh.
Ray, we lost you.
Well, Ray will be back very soon, Lord willing. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and say a few hellos. So as soon as we get Ray back on the line, Tony.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back?
Yeah.
All right, touchdown. All right, well, I have a question for you. I mean, actually, Annette does. But right after we do that, I have some people I have to say hello to. So, Annette, your question for Ray is?
Yeah, how old is your daughter now?
I do have a 6-year-old daughter named Dawn.
Yes, and I want to know, at her tender age, is she involved with you and your wife or your family in events and activities and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
In what regard? As far as like the one chip challenge, she did not partake in that.
No.
No, I mean like rescuing your animals and things like that.
Oh, gotcha. So Dawn is very active with both of our rescue dogs. We also picked up a stray dog several months ago and fostered her back to health. And we have an adopted cat named Karma. Mm-hmm. So she is very much engaged with all of our pets and bringing them, along through their journey as pets. And she's very engaged with me as well with my winter charity here in Tulsa, Oklahoma as well. She loves to help out with that.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, are you good with your questions?
For now.
All right, I'm going to have Attila and Annette and Kirk ask other questions, but before we do that, I'm going to get mine in, but before we do all that, I want to say a special hello to the 3 different Jasmines at Chewy.com. Jasmine, who is 19 years old, Jasmine, who is 24 years old, and Jasmine, who's 26. And ironically, they all work in Hollywood, Florida. We also want to say hello to one of the leads at Chewy.com, Miss Valerie, over there in Hollywood, Florida. And Miss Ruby, and there's one other one, which I'm going to have Annette. The one and the only Nadine, who actually, I'll share something with you. Because of Miss Nadine, I think she was in Florida too. She might have been in Dallas, Texas. But we actually was able to get an item that we had ordered 6 months or 6 months to 8 months ago, what have you. And the item was a scratching post, and my cat, Amber Diamond, caused the threads to start coming apart. So we threw out the product, and I figure, you know, you buy something, an animal or a human ruins it, that's it. Well, I happened to be speaking to Nadine about something totally different, and she mentioned that she could send me a new one. And I was like, what? Because they have a 1-year policy. And so I just want to say that Chewy.com is my #1 favorite company. Chewy's my favorite company. But I have something to say to the chief executive officer of Chewy.com. You need to give each and every one of your employees 1 million kudos. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. Just increase their pay, a one-time $500 increase for every single employee. Now, with that, I want to say hi to every member of Chewy.com. And now, I met some people at a barber haircut place. So I want to say hi to Ashley, Mr. R, Justin, who's the other one? Okay, Justin. Travis, and the rest of their crew. And then, of course, Ed from Verizon. And I'll go ahead and get this call, and then I have some questions for Ray, because we're going to make this hotter than even that that chip that he ate. But it's going to be fun. It's all good. So, caller, you're on the air with El Torcaso and the family.
Oh, it's
Not
me.
so loud, you hurt my ears. She's hurt my ears up in here. You're giving me a headache up in
I
here.
have 2 questions.
Not so loud, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, too loud. You give me a headache.
I have to put the alcohol man first. What's his name?
We can hear you, Diane. My head almost went up and blew up.
I know you had a hat on.
Can we hear you? Yeah, we can hear you. Like, help me,
Okay,
please.
now, alcohol man, what kind of weather, ask this man, what kind of weather it is right now, and what time is it right now?
Oh, my goodness.
What time was it right now?
Well, Diane, I will ask that question of Ray when he's able to get back on the air.
No
But-
How about the
tornadoes
guy
right now.
near net? I'll ask him a question.
Okay, which guy? There's 2 guys here, Diane. Are
No, the
you?
one there, the net.
What? They're
No,
both
the
at
guy with the beard, the guy with the beard.
the guy with the beard. Oy, oy, oy. His name is Kirk.
Oh, that guy.
Diane, time out. Shh. His name
Kirk.
is Kirk.
Okay, now, Kurt, here's a question.
Not
I'm
Kirk,
Diane.
Kirk.
I'm his sister. Can you hear me, Kurt? What kind of job do you do?
Oh, boy.
And how do you know my brother?
Oh, not again.
What kind of a job do I do?
No, him.
Oh, what kind of a job does he do?
No,
He
we-
does a great job at this host
Can you
business.
hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't make fun of me.
What kind of a job do you do, Kirk? That's what you asked.
I used to be a makeup artist and I used to be a cook. Right now, I don't have any job and I don't. I'm retired.
Okay.
You're retired. You're not that old, are you?
Oh, no, you
He's
didn't.
retired.
Quit picking on my guests.
How old do you
Come.
have to be to retire?
Wow.
It's all on how you invest.
Okay. Okay, now the other guy. What is this other guy's name beside you, Al?
Attila.
Attila.
The bald-headed guy.
No, don't you! I'm gonna kick you right in the potato chips, and I'm a humanitarian. Don't worry, Attila. She could get Jesus to get on Jesus'
Happy
platform.
birthday to Louie today. Happy birthday to Louie.
Well, I'm sorry she did that, but you know, that's Diane.
Did you hear me now?
He wants to, what's the question for Attila, Diane?
What's his name?
Attila.
Attila.
All right, now, what kind of job do you do? And you have a big family.
She
The
wants
only
to-
family I have is a 20-pound cat,
Okay.
and
20-pound cat. What are you feeding him?
feed him everything he wants. He's spoiled.
All right.
Anyway,
Oh my God! You need to get the cat skinny.
Will you stop?
if I don't do that, I'll probably end up getting some tattoos on me.
Uh-oh, just ignore it. You're good. So, all right, so he has a
If you want to
cat.
get a tattoo, get to number 21. I mean, ask the Oklahoma guy, does he like sports?
I will, but I gotta hang up. I mean, have you hang up before I can ask that question, Diane.
Okay, you got the 3 questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I have a
Ask if
question.
he likes the Steelers.
Ask him how he likes the Steelers.
He wouldn't like the Steelers. He's from Oklahoma.
He might, though. You can't say that to him about that.
Oh my goodness. All right, well we're gonna move on,
It's a whole
Diane.
thing. How about these guys? Do they like the Steelers?
I don't know. Do you like the Steelers?
Ask these guys.
Well, hey, you know what? This is a Steeler nation. There's Steeler nations everywhere. He probably could be possibly a Steeler fan, but right now,
So maybe that guy will. All right, Al. And I didn't understand you had a hat on for. You're okay, right?
All right, Diane, we're gonna go ahead and move forward.
You're
I
okay.
don't care about
No
football.
side conversation.
Okay, I'll talk to you tonight when you get home. Bye.
All right, good evening, Diane.
It's crazy runs.
And Ray, when you're back on, please say howdy.
Howdy.
Okay. Diane wanted to know what time it is in your home, home state, and I don't remember the other questions right now. Does anybody remember the other question?
Steelers fan or not.
No, we know that part. What time it is and what's the weather like? That's what it was. What's the weather like?
So
No tornado, huh?
I got 3 things for you. One, I'm in the Central Time Zone, so I'm just an hour behind y'all.
Okay.
It's 5:22 p.m.
Right?
The weather this week, our forecast. So by Thursday, we're supposed to be in the mid-70s with chance of severe storms,
Oh, boy.
and by Friday night into Saturday, we're expecting snow flurries.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
you can't make that up. That's Oklahoma life right there.
Well, Pittsburgh can be different too. Pittsburgh can be quite bizarre also. Now, I know that this is kind of an off-the-wall question. She also wanted to know, do you happen to like the Pittsburgh Steelers? And I said that you're not even from here, so hey, it didn't make any sense to me either. Do you watch it?
No, that's a.
Do you watch any
I-
football?
I do want to. I think I sat down and watched 2 games so far this year.
Okay,
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan,
okay.
but whenever my cousin is home from the Navy, I take him to a spot in South Tulsa called Trey's Bar,
Okay.
and that's where all the local Steeler fans hang out. My cousin's a diehard Steelers fan.
Oh, wow.
He's got his terrible towel he takes with him, and
Well, that's really
So
funny.
we
Diane
go
actually
hang out.
had it almost right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? Diane scored a touchdown. She was close.
Yeah.
There's a Steelers fan everywhere.
So
huh?
now,
At least one.
I got my hellos in. I just want to mention one thing. With regards, real quickly before we get back to Ray, I mentioned this about Chewy, and I'm not advertising. I just got to tell you something, though. The reason why I say they're my number 1 company, and believe me, I'm not asking anybody to do anything. We had some animals, and I want Ray to hear this too. We had some animals pass, and one in August and one in October. And I can tell you that they sent us 3 bouquets of flowers. It was weird because, it's nice, but when Samantha Angelface passed, they actually sent us 2 separate bouquets of flowers and a sympathy card. And Chewy has people that has love and compassion. And one of the things I like about you Ray, and your family is you are all about compassion. You are all about having fun, but your whole video series, you always end it when you say, well, I'm going to let you say your own tagline, but, you know, I don't know where your other fans are, YouTube fans are, but I got to tell you, I try to watch almost every video you do because it's powerful. They're usually funny. Sometimes they're very poignant, but I am so proud of you and wifey, AKA Corinne, and of course Dawn. And it's fun to see Karma Kitty and Zombie and the new dog. And I don't remember your other dog's name, so I'll let you give all the names. But I have a job for you, Ray, when we get back on here. I want you to give the information for the nonprofits that helped you with or is helping you with the new dog. And also talk a little bit about what you're doing. And let me, before we get you back on there, let me just say this. I happened upon your corn dog video, and I found it very, very powerful. And, you know, the group of you that went out and did what you had done, and now you tell me that you do also other things that you're going to speak on. You are the type of person I want to do everything I can to lift up because you're doing right. You know, Attila Li over here is doing right. Kirk is doing right. Annette is doing right. We are doing our part to the best of our ability. And I don't know about people in Pittsburgh or the globe, but I believe it's about time those who are trying to save lives, enhance lives, and emotionally or physically improve lives, I say that they deserve to be applauded. So
Thank you.
for my family here to the right and left, and for Biggest RayRay, Corinne, Dawn, and the kitty cats and the dog, the kitty cats and the dog, and even your friend Corey, here's what I got to say. Here we go, Ray Ray, here we go. Here we go, Ray Ray, here we go. Couldn't help myself. I'm a Steelers man. But Biggest RayRay, I would like you to fill us in on the charities and the corn dogs and all that excitement. But this time, instead of Mr. El Torcaso asking, I'm going to have Mr. Attila take care of the business and have you speak with Attila or to him. And then, of course, Kirk and Annette are going to have something to say, hopefully. But right now, my mouth's going to shut, your mouth's going to open, and Mr. Attila may have a follow-up question.
Yeah, my question, I'd like to know
You might want to speak up a wee
about
bit
your
better.
cat, about your, yeah, if you want to, about your cat,
Karma Kitty.
Karma Kitty, yes. How's your Karma Kitty as far as your daily, I'm sure the cat's very valuable in your daily life, and how did you able to adjust to once you got your Karma Kitty, and how did it take your value in your daily life? And I'm sure it fills up the void of your whole room when you walk in your door when you come home. I'm sure it's such a good feeling for you to have a cat like that. How valuable is it to you as far as you and your family? And how valuable is it to as far as
Dogs, too.
your dogs also, yes. Your dogs and your cat, how are they valuable to you? And I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, and it inspires a lot of people as far as animal advocates to, so it's very valuable. I'm very glad that you're doing this. It, hopefully it will inspire other people. And
Amen to that.
so how valuable are these animals to you, and as far as you and your family? Because every pet's like a little child, you know. It fills up the void and makes you feel good every day when you come home. And how is it to you? How valuable these animals are to you as far as once you got it first time, and how is it now, and as far as the valuability of and enjoyment of seeing your animals when you walk in your door, or how do you feel when you leave, when you go to work or something? I'm sure you feel.
You mean the therapeutic part of it?
Yeah, it's the therapeutic part.
Okay.
Yes. So how therapeutic is it as far as these animals that you have?
Yeah, so a few things with that. I'm a teleworker. My day job has me working from home. So I'm here at my desk probably 10, 11 hours a day with all the social media work that I do, and plus my day job. So Karma Kitty feels like she owns everything. She's a typical cat. She loves to walk across. I have 3 laptops on my desk, by the way.
Wow.
I've got my day job machine and 2 personal machines where I do the social media works. And she feels the need to walk across whatever keyboard I'm working on at the time. So it's like, really, Kat? You at least have 2 other keyboards. Why the one I'm using right now? But that's fine. And, I've got some stuff on my credenza, and she loves to knock those off, my little Pac-Man stuffed animals. I don't know why she picks on those, but she loves to knock them on the floor.
Oh, geez.
She is in love with my wife. She sleeps on her literally every night in bed.
Oh, wow.
Mostly the cat tolerates me. She knows I'm the one that buys the cat food.
And what kind of cat food
So-
do you? What kind of cat food you get? There's like variations of. You can get like regular cat, like cat, like meow, what do you call it?
Like, what's her brand or type?
Because there's different brands that you buy. That's called Science
yeah.
Diet. There's a Science Diet that they have at Petco's and type
Right.
place.
We got to be careful on that.
But anyway, as far as that, as far as having the toys around for your animals, I have a cat. He has toys all over the place. My place looks like a nursery, and but he enjoys his toys, and it's interesting to have these animals that can be like the little kids. You know, they enjoy toys and stuff, and but. Yeah, so my question is, once you feel like when you're down, I'm sure a cat kind of keeps you emotionally upbeat, and as far as your daily life and stuff. Are you involved with any kind of animal advocates as far as support of other animals out there as far as what you're doing?
So a handful of things. I want to circle back just to the cat food question.
Okay.
This is not at all a paid endorsement, but we have chose to go with Crave brand foods.
Okay.
We get the adult kitty dry food for her, and also a variation of the wet cat food. We mix those 2 together for her. She has so many toys, it's silly. We have an Amazon wish list that's listed on my YouTube channel, and we've had toys sent to us from more than one country.
Wow.
It's super cool. Quite a few sent domestically, and that's on top of what we go to the store and buy.
Wow.
So Kitty has a ton of toys. She's a lot of fun to play with. She's a super high energetic cat, and it is kind of therapeutic, honestly. So she's the first cat I've ever owned, and so cut my teeth with Karma Kitty, if you will. And no, she's just a lot of fun. She's a blast to have around. The kiddo loves to play with her. So it's a good overall experience. And she gets along great with the dogs. Great family dynamic, even having 3 dogs and 1 cat. The dogs, every time we introduce a new one, they all think she's a toy and they want to play, and she has no problem finding a high point, if you will.
Yeah.
Let them know who's boss.
Well, yeah. Actually, a therapeutic part, since I had cancer before 7 years ago, actually 8 years ago, and I had this, my cat, I had him since he was a kitten. He's 8 years old now, going on 8th April. And I had my cancer last 8 years ago, and he was only about 2 pounds. and very little, and he's been very therapeutic. That's the main objective is therapeutic. Having a little kitten, without that, I don't know what I would do. Not having one little kitten that's so valuable that I come home after treatments and the cat's right here. Very therapeutic. So anyone out there that has an animal that's going through whatever obstacles in their daily lives, any animal, doesn't have to be a cat, it could be any animal. You know, they could be very, very supportive. And just having one animal in your room is very opens up the whole room. Yeah.
I gotta disagree with you on something, Ray. Sorry, but I gotta do it. First of all, I remember that video, Does Karma Kitty Really Love You? And does she just tolerate you? Well, Ray, I tell it like it is. She loves you, man. Now, cool it. No, I'm kidding. No, she does love you. But I got a question.
Yeah.
Can you give us the names? I know Zombie. I know, was it Sugar Pie? Karma Kitty. Name the other dog or dogs, please.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, Karma Kitty. Zombie is the oldest. We've had him for going on 8 years. We got Cortana from the City of Broken Arrow Animal Shelter early this year. We just moved to a new suburb in July. And then we found Sugar Pie, sadly, on the side of the interstate earlier this year.
Right.
And we brought her into our home and have been working to nurse her back to health the last 2 months.
Now, before we get to Kirk's question, Sugar Pie really looked like she was near death, and I know that Wifey told you, she encouraged you to bring her home. I know that it's been a challenge with her, and you had some organization that possibly helped you. I don't remember exactly what the video said. Could you tell us a little bit about that? And if these are nonprofits, I'd like you to give their information out. I'm not sure in what way it might be helpful, but tell us how Sugar Pie came to be, and then at that point, after you're done with that question, we're going to have Kirk and Annette ask you something, and then we're going to go to another segment about your license that you recently earned within the last year. We'll keep them in suspense, Ray, so don't say anything about the license. We're keeping Kirk and Attila in suspense for a minute.
All right.
Because I'm a brat. I'm a brat. Hey, forget about it. So,
Sugar Pie, whenever we found her on the side of the road, she was incredibly emaciated. And we learned after our first, initial visit to a vet that she required some extensive treatment. Her muzzle, her nose was swollen. She couldn't really open her mouth. Absolutely couldn't eat food, really. So we needed to take her to another vet. And the estimated bill from the first vet, was anywhere from $1,000 to the sky's the limit. We had no idea. And financially, I just didn't have the means to throw that kind of cash at getting her well. So I reached out on social media for some help. And I got turned on to an organization in Tulsa called the Oklahoma Alliance for Animals. And so I had to give them a rundown of the initial vet diagnosis and develop a game plan. And they decided to take her case on and to fund her well-being. And they plugged us into one of their vet partners, the Positive Veterinary Clinic over in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. That's a suburb on the west side of the Tulsa metro area. And so those two organizations combined saw Sugar Pie several times. We sent a blood sample to Oklahoma State University and learned that she had a tick-borne illness. It's like a word 30 letters long I'd never seen before.
Wow.
Not Lyme disease, so that was ruled out. But she got put on a serious regimen of medication. She was on 3 antibiotics for about 6 weeks, and we just got her off of a steroid. Wow. And there's a new medicine I have to get for her now, and she has to take that every day for the next 3 years.
Wow.
To get her fully cured of this tick-borne illness. And so it's been quite the journey and learning experience with Sugar Pie.
Now
So no, go ahead.
I was going to say, these two organizations, are they nonprofits?
The vet clinic is a for-profit business,
Okay.
but they partner with
But I mean,
the
the
Oklahoma Life
Alliance.
for Animals, which is a nonprofit.
Okay, well, with being the vet one, we have to be careful with that one. But since that one, the Alliance is a nonprofit, I would appreciate it if you could give people, you know, that website, because there may be other fellow Oklahomans that could help, you know, because like this is going around the globe, of course. And so if you can give out that website, and I would like you to take the time to mention other websites that you know, that you're involved with possibly, and a way to contact you. And of course, don't forget the YouTube channel. It's very important. If you have Facebook, Twitter, and all that fun stuff, I'd like people to be able to get in touch with you and quite frankly, get inspired by you and your family. And again, I have to interject this before we get to Kirk. I recently was diagnosed with the big C also. And I can tell you, audience, in Pittsburgh and around the globe, there were times when I just didn't feel like getting out of bed. And I would use my wireless phone. And I would watch people like Ray and his family. And I would watch a gentleman in South Africa named Michael Jamerson, I think it is, and he has these tigers, Enzo and Diego. He's also on YouTube. And between those two people that watch these videos, you know, I have to say I love watching Enzo and Diego and all the other animals. They have monkeys and cats and you name it. But as much as I love Enzo and Diego, the tigers and the other animals, there's something about Ray and his family, Corinne and their family. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to check him out. It's Biggest RayRay on YouTube. This guy is a humble man right now, I can tell you that. He's funny, and he didn't give you he didn't give you the 411 on that chip experiment, because I tell you, I happened to see what looked like a glimpse from his wife. She was none too pleased about that chip, was she, Ray?
She wasn't.
She probably had some choice words for you off camera, Ray. She did not look too pleased. I don't think you'll be doing that challenge again, will you, Ray?
Probably not. No.
I didn't think so. If you do that challenge again, the next challenge will be how fast can you get out of the house?
Right.
You know, she might open up a whole universe of blank.
What chip was it?
What is the name of that chip?
So it is the Pocky's One Chip Challenge.
What is it?
Pocky's that's the name brand.
Okay.
Pocky's.
Oh, wow.
And it's the One Chip Challenge. You have to order them online. It's the only place to get it. You can't buy them in stores. You have to buy them through their website.
And you mentioned it was 2 million what?
Scovilles.
What does a scopal mean?
That is the measurement of heat. Like a jalapeno pepper, I think, is about 3,000 Scovilles.
And this was 2 million? Holy.
2 million.
Wow. The only thing I could say to that, Ray, is I think it got you twice, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it probably got you twice.
It certainly tried.
Well, but I do want to say this to the audience around the world. I know they're not calling in, but they are watching, Ray, trust me. This guy is something special. And so is Attila and Kirk. But Ray, I got to throw this at you, man. If you don't get your wife in the future to be on TV, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call you back, Ray, and I'm going to be like, you didn't get your wife on the right. I'm going to go, wah! Like I'm drunk, even though I don't drink alcohol. No, but in all seriousness, I appreciate what you've been doing for all of your animals, because you said that you had adopted another one from a shelter, so that's at least 3 in-need animals that you've taken care of. Now, is Zombie the one that looks like, she kind of looks, is Zombie a boy or a girl? I don't remember.
Yeah, Zombie's a boy, and he was the first dog that wifey and I rescued. We got him from an animal foundation called Zoe's.
Okay.
And that's out of Claremore, Oklahoma. It's a town about 30 minutes outside of Tulsa.
He looks like some kind of a poodle. Is that the one that looks kind of like a poodle?
So he's a big, hairy dog. He's half Pyrenees and half Australian Shepherd.
Wow. Yeah, he's a cool dog. And he likes Karma a lot, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. No, those two are buddies.
I thought so. Yeah, you should see this dog. Karma and Zombie are so cool. But, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. From the bottom of my heart, I'm not kidding about this. Man, you helped me a lot. And also, when you do more candid videos, I know that you probably get YouTube people saying, oh, man, I don't want to see this. Or, you know how people can be. I, for one, like those videos. I hope that you will bring the real Ray and family to the forefront more often. I personally like to see the joy, but I want you to understand, and I'm going to say this right now. My cell phone number, I really don't care who knows it. I would prefer no one calls me unknown, private, or unlisted. But Ray, anytime you need to text me, your family, man, you got a friend in Pittsburgh. And my number, for anybody that feels a little down. Look, I'm just a regular Al Torcaso, but I love people, just like Ray does, just like Attila and Kirk and Annette. Ladies and gentlemen, jot this number down, or put it in your text, or whatever. Here we go. 412-559-2731. Again, those who want to make crank calls, look, let me be Sicilian for a minute up in here. Sicilian descent, and believe me, ask Annette, when I get upset, even the devil would wet his pants, but hey, forget about it. When I get really upset,
yes.
Ain't I grouchy?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Look, I love people, but don't make the mistake of thinking that I can't be, let's just say, forthcoming. But everybody remember, if you need a friend, just to text to, look, I love people spiritually. And so 412-559-2731. And I want to tell you and do a quick sidebar real fast. Oh, wait a minute. No, shut up, Albert. It's Kirk's turn. Sorry, I had to shut myself up. Albert, shut up!
Oh, for a question.
I got you off guard, didn't I?
Well, yeah. Threw me off. All right.
I love it.
Well, I got 10 minutes left.
Why don't you just ask Ray a question up in here?
I'm asking a question. With you rescuing your animals, how much time of adjustment, and have you fostered animals? Because I know me and my wife have fostered different animals, cats, dogs, birds, all sorts. And just wondering, like, what have you done anything with that or not?
We've adopted a handful of pets. Sugar Pie, the last one, is the only one we've really taken in to foster. The intent was to try to get her healthy and get her to an organization to adopt her out. But we've had her for a few months now, and even with the medication, she's got to be on the next 36 months.
Yeah,
it may be hard to let her go.
Yeah, it is
kind of part of the family now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've had a couple of. It was Pinky. She was a wiener dog that had what was it? Mange. The mange all over her face, and she was a brown wiener dog, but it made her whole body pink. So we just named her Pinky, till her hair grew back, her fur grew back, and we were able to give her to another family. And oh man, that was for like half a year, and it was just like, but she went to a family with 2 girls that just had fun chasing this little puppy wiener dog all around. So yeah, I know it's tough, but sometimes that has to be done.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Ray, I'd
So,
like
Al, I
you
have a
to.
question for you, buddy.
Oh,
Well, for me or for him?
And it's more permission. You guys asked me about a corn dog video earlier in another charity in Tulsa.
Right.
I don't know if I could just get a quick opportunity to speak on those things.
Yes, you can. Go for it, buddy.
All right. So I was inspired, by a couple of YouTubers to do things on YouTube, and I try to promote positivity. My brand is be biggest, be the biggest and best you can possibly be. Do something every day to make somebody else's day great. The corn dog video you talked about. I took some friends. We went to Sonic, and I don't know if you guys have those in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they have one. We have
Little
some.
drive-in, but occasionally they have a 50-cent corn dog day. So I got a handful of friends, and we all pitched in $20, and we just bought a pile of corn dogs.
Yeah.
We bought a couple of cases of bottled water, and we went around downtown Tulsa finding homeless people to just feed dinner to. And it's about, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be famous to make a difference in somebody's life. It's absolutely not a solution, but if you can provide somebody just a glimpse of humanity and a glimpse of hope, maybe that'll be the inspiration they need to make a difference in their life and take a different path towards success. Whether that's, a homeless guest in your city or just a person that's wanting to get themselves plugged in to do something to make a difference. $5 can change somebody's life. It may not seem like a lot, but you can, if you work it, you can make a difference. And you absolutely don't have to be famous to do that. Literally anybody can do it. You just have to get off the couch and go do it.
I agree. Well, Ray, and like I said, man, you're one of our heroes, buddy. But I need to have you tune in. I need a favor from you,
Sure.
possibly, and for everybody that hears my voice, even though I'm a loudmouth. My friend Attila Li here, unfortunately, has that big C, and he's really going through some stuff. So what I'd like all the people in Pittsburgh, Oklahoma, and around the globe to do is help us get a prayer chain started for Attila Li, and I could use some prayers too. But his name is Attila, last name is Li, L-I, correct?
Yes.
And right now, it's a blessing that he's here, and it's an honor. So I want to take the time. We have about probably 3 minutes, Attila. Please tell Ray and the world a little bit about yourself. But before we do, he's also a martial artist. And that's the reason why he still looks as good as he does. And he's a great man. He's a wonderful person. But we only have, as you can see, 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
say a little bit of something. But please bring your voice up.
I could be very simple on this. I've been fighting cancers off and on since 1975, and I had another one, second cancer, 1994, and then my third, which is secondary cancer. Both cancers I had before were Hodgkin's lymphoma, and then my secondary third cancer was rectal cancer. Now I have a pelvic lymph node in my right pelvic, very slow growth. But as far as why I'm here and why I'm still talking and why my boat is still flowing slowly is because I keep going forward as far as being, everything's internal. Everything's internal as far as what I do, how I breathe, how I speak, how I pray, or whatever I do. Everything is just all involved with fitness, exercise, everything I do every day. I still exercise even though I have pain every day. I'm sitting here, I'm not showing my face like, ouch. No, I'm not hurt. I am hurting, but I don't complain. I just keep going forward regardless of the obstacles.
Wow.
As far as my way of saying to everyone, whoever else is facing obstacles, is just keep going. Regardless how heavy the weight is on your back, just keep going and just let the boat flow without sinking, because if you allow yourself to sink, then you're not going to make it. So the best thing to do is keep going forward, and And if I can make it through 44 years and keep going, I'll just do what you have to do. I just do what I need to do every day. I exercise. I've been doing martial arts since I was 3 years old. I'm 57 young, going on 20.
Okay, there you go.
That's just the internal way of speaking. But I've been doing fitness, exercise. I taught martial arts for community college, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C. I have done demonstrations all over the United States.
Wow.
I studied Chinese, northern, southern Chinese martial arts systems, Burmese systems called Bando. So I've been utilizing not just hands and feet, but also using the mind and the body, not just externally, but externally. That's why I'm still here today.
Okay, Attila,
Yeah.
we do have to wrap it up
Yeah,
real
sure.
quickly. But before we do, one question, and that is it possible for you to help other people to learn how to do this?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we have to close down, so I want to officially thank Ray Neal, Biggest RayRay. And Ray, text me all those links, and I will do my best to get them out there. And we want to thank Kirk, who's a cool guy, too, even though he gives me a hard time. No, I'm kidding. We're going to thank Kirk and, of course, my co-host. And I've been with her a couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. I've been with her since 1982. Like I said, a couple of days. But everybody remember that you and humanity and all forms of life really does matter.
Sunny days feel so nice, golden flowing like a touch of ice. You cannot see what is faking me. You cannot see what is meant to be. I'm gonna bide my precious time.